one of you, please?
Yeah.
Okay. So this session will actually primarily basics on the grading. We have seen a lot of queries from the faculty that they are unable to grade and that they are unable to understand what is actually they're going to give students depending upon the progress they have made so far. So without making any further delay, we will be switching to our the slides. Can you please just have the slides on, please?
Okay, I've actually made with the co-host as well in case you
Mhm.
want to share them. So do you want to go ahead?
Okay, I can share them.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so these are few of the normally being asked questions by the faculty from our the existing one and the newly recruited faculty. They have no idea like they just want to know the basics of the grading, like the
I'm
timeline
sorry
when they
to
were
cut
there.
you off.
Hello.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry to cut you off. Can I please request you to
Mhm.
present the slides in the reading mode so it's more visible?
Um,
So there's an option in the top panel next to
mhm.
review. It's the view option. You click
Uh,
on that.
it's to appear.
Just on the top.
I just seen security participants chat.
No. I'm talking about your PowerPoint. So you
Okay.
open your PowerPoint and there is an
Mhm.
option at the top right next to review. It
Okay.
says
Just
view.
just a moment. Just a moment.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
इसको
Um,
स्लाइड शो मोड के ऊपर आप कर
yeah.
देंगे रीडिंग मोड पे so everyone can see it.
Just a minute now.
Okay. Thank you. View. Go to the option right next to review. View option. Yes. Slideshow.
Is it like visible now? All
Not
the
really, but
participants
it's
can.
fine, I guess.
Mhm.
Not
Or
yet.
maybe
There,
you
there,
can
there is some lag.
press.
It will take some time probably to reflect on the other side.
Miss Sabha, do you want to say something? Please go ahead.
Yes, please you may click the option that is on the left side of view, that is slideshow, because sometimes that view option does not work, so you
Yes,
can just click. It is
we.
also
Mhm.
available on the left side of view, so please
Mhm.
click that.
Ma'am, we done
Not
that actually. Um,
I think you can move forward with the session.
okay. Okay. So we have seen these few normally being asked questions, like one is the understanding of the grading timeline. Then we've seen grading lesson understanding, the midterm issues normally being faced by the faculty, because normally when they are going to grade the class, they just mistakenly use and select the midterm and then they grade the whole class, and it actually published on the student final transcript. So we recommend our faculty not to always use the midterm grading. Then we'll have attendance effect on the grades, because when you are going to mark the attendance, you can add and subtract the uh, calculate attendance marks from the total when you're finalizing the grade. Then the last thing we have the grade change request, which is actually online, but before that we were using forms, and before when we have the COVID, and since after the COVID we are using the grade change request tab, which is actually available online. That would actually help the faculty to make the changes without coming to the end block. So grades are final as given by the instructors unless a reason exists for a change. Once the instructors completed their grading sheets, once they upload the grade, we always consider them the final grade because their compensations, their payment all depend upon this the final submission of the grades. And if they have any issues, if they like mark and incomplete to the students, they can even change later on. But their payments will be at stake. So we always encourage the faculty to make sure that they have to complete the grading. They have to left nothing blank. And if they left the field unblank, then they will receive a notification from our side that they are still missing with the grades. So we always inform our faculty that they will be the grading will always open and close on the stipulated time frame when we have the final exam. So we always inform through the SMS, through the Empower, and we send them the emails too. For the last term we have for the 2021 grading that was open on the 21st of February, and that remained open till 16 March. Since after the 16 March, still from the last week, we have seen a lot of faculty members, they have not graded their classes, and still they are facing some issues because obviously the grading window was closed. So we always tell them that you need to always try, and if you face any issues uploading the grades, you can reach out to the academic services officer. We will help them and let them know how they can actually grade the class. So this time we have seen like around 100 and 1012 students that are still being ungraded by the faculty. So we reach out to the deans and the faculty and the chairperson as well. So just to make sure that they face, if they face any issues in grading the students, they can reach back to us. So we will help them and provide them the assistance if needed. Then this is our grading legend. We have the the higher grade we have here is an A grade, which is the points values are 4, and the numerical values are 93 to 100%. That loss between the meaning is superior. And the final one
Sorry to
is
interrupt you,
working.
but if you are moving your
Uh,
slides, the slides are not working.
it's I've been seen, and it's like please move this window away from shared applications.
Sorry.
Miss Anish, if you could like share from your side, that would be
I
helpful.
can.
Yeah, please.
Just give me a second. I can.
In the meanwhile, I just want to add one thing of what Mr. Irfan was telling about the payments and all that thing. I just want to say the HR when send us the email, we don't have any idea when they're asking us that this is the email we have. I mean, these are the grading deadlines for them to pay the instructors. So this is at sure, and you have to keep a track with HR that when they're going to get, I mean, the payroll ready for the attendance and all this, because this is the confusion which we have faced this time, because the salary and the gradings were overlapped. And normally when we have asked HR when they, I mean, normally get the grading and all that thing, they said that in the second week of every month, they're going to confirm the grades and then they're going to like send the information to the payroll. So please make sure that if this time grading deadline was 16, that was almost the third week of the month. So there was so much confusion going on. So please make sure that even if the deadline is going into the third week, sometimes it is possible, but always keep this thing when the HR is not going to pay anything if you're going to send them information after like in the third week or something like that.
Mr. Irfan, you can tell me which slide do you want me to go to?
Can you please move to the next one, please? Okay, so the grading lesson. So I was just actually giving you just a little bit of information about how you can going to mark or grade the students. The higher grade we have here is the A, and that ranges between 93 to 100%. And the last one is the D or D plus. The students who are scoring 60% marks in the courses, you can even give them D or D plus. And if it is below 59%, you can simply give them an F. So another one is an NS. NS is something which is a no-show. The students actually enrolled in the course and never appeared in the classes from the very first day, and they never even bothered to attend the classes. So in that cases, in such type of cases, you can simply give them an NS, because F or NS is having the same impact on the student transcript. So without leaving your grading sheet blank in Power, you can simply give them an NS grade to the students. And next we have a W. W is an officially withdrawal, and that is an official withdrawal that is done only by the administration. This is something which is like whenever a student is not able to complete the course, is having some issues with the course, or having other sort of problems, and they want to withdraw the course. So he can put up the request to the academic services office. So we will officially withdraw the course, and the notification being sent to the faculty just for the reminder, just for an information basically, so they can have it when they're about to find out the grades of the students. And another one we have is AW. AW is an administrative withdrawal and a dismissal. This is again an administrative thing, that if a student breaches any policy or falls under any disciplinary action, so we will assign an AW to the students. So this is normally happen when a student breaches a grade, and if he like repeat the course on a better grade, suppose he have a B+ grade, and then he wants to earn the better grade, and then by acknowledging the grade by the course when the add-on drop is open, the course is added on the portal, and then we will actually inform them that the second one will be AW, and that is administrative one, and the first one will be counted and towards, and that will be effect on your overall transcript and CGPA. Another one we have here is an incomplete, which is like whenever if a student who has been very good in the class and facing some sort of financial issues or some sort of health issues or any other problems at his side or her side, then an instructor can give an I to the student, but instructor cannot give an I to those students who have been performed very poorly from the very first day in the classes, and if they need an I from the instructor side, then instructor can simply give them an F or NS so the student can repeat the course. So this is basically only for those students who have suffered some issues, who have some constraints in his life. So actually that has been like depending on the instructor. If they want to give them an I, it is up to them. So we have a timeline for the incomplete grade, which is 29th of April, and same likewise for all the other grade changes. We will accept incomplete and all the grade changes till the 29th April of this month. Move to the next slide, ma'am, please. Okay, this is again repeatedly asked questions by the students as well and the faculty, like are they going to mark the attendance on their power? So this is something which is very important, because all the classes students are expected, they need to attend all the sessions, because they want to meet the drawbacks of the course. They want to have a complete knowledge of the course. So we encourage our faculty member that they should have to mark attendance, and even that so Rohail will actually help and guide you further on that, because we are actually working with the IT on attendance, because we have seen a lot of requests from the students that they want to have a record of the participation, because when instructor is finalizing the grade, students came up with an excuse that they were actually attending all the sessions, all the class course materials, and giving all the assignments on time, but still the participation marks are not being added. So we actually informed, and we are hopeful that the faculty in future will be able to mark the attendance, and that would create not be much hurdle for us. So the next, ma'am, please slide.
Before I move on to the next slide, we have a question in the chat. Can you please read it out?
Okay.
Ms. Chaveria is asking, what if
I can read it. In the meanwhile, if I ask Sir Rohail to please just give a little bit overview of the attendance that which we are actually having through at the moment. So
Irfan, so just answer the question, then I will continue after the
okay,
questions.
no problem, sir. Okay. I've had the comments, Dr.
I think so. First, you have to like answer Ma'am Javeria's. If the attendance is less than 65%, obviously it all depends on the instructor, how, I mean, the instructor is looking at this one, but like as per policy, if it is below 67% and if it's like 69.98%, then obviously as per policy, we have to grade the student F or incomplete if you want to give the student some time or something like that. But in general practice, if the attendance is below 67%, whatever the percentage that it is, so the thing is it's going to be F grade for that student. And what is the policy if a student is graded I, during the due date or time, will the instructor need to place the grade change request, or will it be automatically changed after due? Normally, if you place an I, this is like Dr. Ehtisham, I think so. Questions. The normal practice is it normally automatically change to if it's left behind, but otherwise instructor has a complete control over it. They can again mark that student F or NS if they're not showing up again. So that is totally up to the instructor as well. But after some time, when the grading deadline is over, ASO changes that IA grade, all the IA grades, whatever is there, to F except for the research grades.
Mhm. I hope everyone have a picture of what is actually it's just like the attendance for. So
Now the thing is, like, Irfan Sab has asked me for the attendance thing. Okay. We've been working on it for like past almost 1 year on this thing, and we will try to figure out how we can manage this thing, because we have three kinds of issues going on with the classes. The number one is there are students sitting in the class without registering any course. So sometimes instructor is counting them as their own student and their like strength of the class. And sometimes the students are not coming up the same way. The question is like, if the student is not showing up in the class but he's registered for the class, and then there are certain students who are just coming up and they're already registered for that. So these were kind of issues that have been raised by so many instructors and so many heads. So we come up with the plan with the vice sector office with the help of ITS, and obviously we worked very hard. Miss Maila Mushtaq from ASO and Mr. Irfan Sab, they have worked really hard to get something out of it. And we have come up with the report, and I think so in second half today, we are going to share the details of that form with the instructors, and they have to fill out that form, and they should have let us know what is the strength of their classes right now, because they also have to figure out if there should be no student as per policy sitting in the class without registering that course. We were facing so many issues later on when student has come up with some attendance query and the teacher is marking that students on the sheets, and sometimes the sheets have been taken out or printed out on the first day of the class, but sometimes with the passage of time we have some exceptions going around, and we sometimes change the attendance as well. Sometimes we add the student later on, sometimes we drop the student due to like leave of absence, sometimes the student have to withdraw from the courses or something like that, some other issues. So the thing keeps on changing. So the best part is you have that attendance sheet on your Empower login, so where you can just mark them present and absent. I teach university 100, and seriously I know it takes so much time, especially for the teachers who are like teaching classes on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. You have a very little time, you have like 50 minutes to cater the lecture and to mark the attendance. And I know if you have a class of like 30 students, it takes like 10 to 15 minutes just for the attendance thing. But there's no other way we can keep track of the student, and we can like know what we are doing at the end of the day. So we encourage each and every instructor, and so that they can mark the student presence. In this way you will be able to screen out the students who don't belong to your class. Sometimes we have faced this kind of issue where one instructor is teaching two sections, and now the student knows that okay, he's the one or she's the one who's teaching the same course, so I can go and sit in the 11 o'clock class instead of sitting in the 8 a.m. one. So these kinds of things happen. But if you have a track of the attendance of the students, this will give us a bright chance to figure out how we are managing the exact strength of our classroom. So today I have got the approval just like before this meeting on the form which we are going to share from the vice sector office, and in the second half we are going to share that form with each and every instructor where they can give us the information of their attendance of the class and strength of the class. So that's all from me. I'll just ask Mr. Irfan to continue from his side as well.
thank you, Sir Rohail. Ms. Vanish, can you move please to the next slide? The next one, please. Okay, so this is again an important thing to understand, that we have an interim and a final. Whenever we open the grading for the very first day when the exam starts, all faculty members are requested to class the grade or individual story only when the grading is open. Like if a student came up to you and wants that he needs to get the grade so he can apply at the different positions or any other sectors. So you can even grade the student of single student as well. But make sure that you need to always select the final as always. But make sure if you guys select the midterm, then that will not actually publish on the student transcript. And we always inform and always encourage the faculty to please select the final whenever the grading is open, even that you can seek our help as well. And we try our best that we can make sure that you will upload the grade timely. Then we have faculty classes. So this is the picture. This is the screenshot that I have just for you, that when you are about to grade the class, you can simply go to student records tab, and then you can have a grading roster. Then here is a final. On the left, you will see the marked one, which is below the change. There is the final and the midterm. You select the midterm final one, and then on the right you will see different grades. Already the instructor has been marked, because this is one from the previous semester 2021 fall. The instructor has already marked the grade. So this is only just to give you an overview, like what you have to do. And please make sure that in future you just have to always select the final option and then grade the class. And if you just click on the midterm, then that the grades will not be published on the student's final transcript. Then you have to again re-enter on selecting the final one and then publish. So the next slide, please. Okay, so here is the grade change request, which is actually available online, as I've just previously explained that before online, before the COVID, actually, we were accepting the grade change from the faculty side. And now afterwards, before the COVID and now after COVID, so we have implemented it online just for the help, just for our senior faculty members, so they can simply just by one click from the Empower, they can change the grade and put the reason on it and send to AS. So we will process them without making it so long. So if the instructor feels like he had any issues in changing, if he wants what should be given to the student, if he wants to change a grade, make sure that we always want the instructors that you should be fair in grading. And if like there must be some sort of a logic or a legitimate reason that the student has been going through some issues, or maybe like you have received some pending assignments from the instructor, so we can actually accept that and process them. But we always encourage that you should remain very fair towards grading the classes. Then we have another option, ma'am. Please move to the next. So here is the example. Like if you want to change a one student grade, you can simply have it done through change. So you can simply click on the change, which is on the left side, as you can clearly see in the screenshot. You need to click on that, and then your name is by default will be there. So you need to select the term, then the course section, and the section as well. The name is there. Always select the final one. Even if you want to change just only for one student, you simply have to enter the roll number in the space provided. Once you enter the roll number, you can simply click the get list below that, and then you will see your query returned with one. Okay, so the grade is already being uploaded by the instructor. So if the instructor feels that the grade has been issued incorrectly, or maybe just because of the typographical error, just because of calculation mistake or a tabulation error, you can simply click on a proposed grade. You will see a number of like from A to F. So you just simply click on the desired one. But don't forget to mention the reason. Once you enter the reason there in the box, you simply click on the submit button, and that will come directly to us. Please, the next one. Okay, so this screenshot is basically why I've just posted here, that if the instructor mistakenly entered all the class grades wrongly on Empower, he can simply go to the same procedure. You can, instead of entering one by one name of the student, you simply need just the session, the course, and click the final, and then the get list. Once you click on the get list, all the class roster of the students, the registered students list will appear. If you have already uploaded the grade, you can simply go one by one and change the individual's grades, and then click the submit request button, and before doing that, I will always inform and I will always let them, because we always want to keep a record of the grade change. So please make sure that in future or in any like activities, before making any request or before making a change, you have to make sure that you have to enter the legitimate reason so we can process them. Ma'am, please, next slide. Okay, so this is again another being a question that being asked normally from the faculty, like if a student been facing any issues that I've just actually explained before, that you can simply give an eye to a student who has been very good in the class and just facing some issues that are beyond his or her control. You can simply give an eye. So the student can have an ample time in the regular semester, the following regular semester. Suppose you have marked an eye in 2021 FA, you can simply give a student some time to complete the rest of the coursework so he can submit you the required assignments so he can earn the grade in the course. Then next, please, ma'am. Here is the timeline for basically the instructors can give to the student, which is a 6 weeks timeline, which is of the following semester. Suppose you have given students an eye in 21 fall, then in 22 spring, we are having 22 spring at this moment. So you can, in the 15th April is the deadline, because we are having some holidays. So it's actually depend on instructors. They can have it done by the end of 29th April or before by the 29th April this month. So if the instructor is unable to change an eye of the student, then we will automatically change it and I to an F grade. An incomplete, as I explained, should never be given to students who wants an extra time to repeat, who wants to give some, like if he has some issues or facing any beyond his issues, beyond the reasons, then you can mark an I. But we always encourage that the students who have been never in the classes, who responded never to any assignments or attending any sessions, so you can simply give them an F or an NS. That is the best you can give. Then we have, this is all actually from our side. I hope you guys have just have the lot of bigger picture from our side of the grading. If you need, still, if you do not have understand any issues that you face, you may simply email or call us on the given extensions I've shared already. Yes, ma'am.
Can I request you to also help the faculty navigate the grade change request form on the website?
Just a minute.
Thank you.
Do you want me to give them a demonstration, like how they can change the grades on Empower, or?
A little demonstration would do.
Okay, because actually I think my system is not actually responding to all the, I've been facing an issue, but if you can just open the slides again, I can explain them again from the beginning if they have any issues and grade changes.
There's another thing which we can do. When I will be sending them the session recording, you can actually send me a few slides or the link, and I can add that in the email.
Yeah, that is fairable. That is fair enough. I can do that.
Do we have any questions from the audience? Yes, there is a question.
Yes.
How to send email via Empower?
The instructor simply just send the request using the grade change request tab, which I've just explained. I don't know, like send email what? If you can, I think Miss Naomi just can just send an email. Miss Naomi, if you can hear me.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you, first of all, for such informative sessions, the way you people arrange it every time.
Yes,
I'm asking because recently I got an email in which I was asked to inform my students using Empower Moodle email portal. But I was not able to find any Empower Moodle, like any email portal on Empower. I usually send them email via Gmail. So I checked all the tabs, but I'm not aware of that. So if there's any specific tab which sends email to all of the sections or any specific section, could you please guide me about that? Thank
Okay,
you.
ma'am, first of all, thank you very much for your question. For queries related to Moodle, Sir Rohail, Shahzad Robson is the one who is in IT. He can actually help you with that. You can write an email to Sir Rohail, or you can call him on the extension on, I think, 256. So he can best guide you about the Moodle queries.
We actually have a session on Moodle on this Wednesday, 6th of April. So maybe he can answer your question in that session, Ms. Namu. We have another question by Dr. Ihtisham. He's asking, if a student withdraws a course, will it be automatically removed from the Empower class list, or do we need to manually remove it?
No, instructors cannot remove the W being marked on the class list. It's just like an information for you that the student has a drop. It's basically not a drop, it's a withdrawal. The student wishes to withdraw the course. So it's just like an information, you can have it, but you cannot change a W to any other grade. Yeah, I hope.
Does that answer your question, Dr. Ihtisham?
Yeah, yes, a question as well.
Okay. Anyone
Actually,
else?
last time, one of my students was withdrawn, but her name was still on the Empower.
Yeah.
So I didn't give her any, mark like a ABCD. So because at that time I didn't know about the W grade. So I didn't check anything. Is it fine?
Yeah, it's fine. But once the student is marked W from our side, from the administration, you do not have to do specifically with the W. You just left as it is, and you can grade the rest of others, because the W is just the withdrawal. The student has withdrawn, because even once the student requests us to withdraw the course, we put W on the transcript, and you will get the notification just for your own records that student withdrawal the course from. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Another question is,
okay.
Actually, I have accepted some of students who wanted to listen to my class before the spring semester. So the list, the students' name list on my class, the Korean 101, was 24 students, but in Empower, there's only 20 students.
Okay.
So I'm just having class now with the 20 students, but I was wondering where were they? I mean the rest of the students whom I accepted.
Okay. So what from I would give you like if when you with the new class from the very first day, you need to email to academics. We will send you the updated one. If you still do not have that student who is actually in your class, because you were just saying that there was like 22 and now it's like another one, so we can send you the updated class roster, and that would help you in just like figuring out how many students are actually attending your sessions or attending your classes. So you can email us, so we will send you the updated one.
I would also like to add something to
yes, ma'am.
In response. I want to add that during the ad drop session, there are more students, but as the ad drop ends, the student number is reduced. So maybe the extra students you are talking about, they were from the ad drop session.
Yes, that is just because of that, because we have had our ad drop that was last on 6th of April. Sorry, this was 6th of March. So since afterwards instructors are requested to contact academics office, so we will provide them with the updating, because normally most of students, they add and drop during the courses during the ad drop time period when it is open. So we recommend that faculty should reach out to us to get the updated faculty roster, so they can know like how many students actually are present and how many students officially registered the classes. So one thing I want to actually add here, that if the student is unofficially present and taking the classes, that you should tell him that you need to contact academic office, because unofficially presence of student in the class is just not is just not good actually, because we have seen one issue from the student side, that he just sent us some screenshots that he was like attending the classes, but once we check in our class roster, he wasn't there. So we want the faculty, we want the instructors that you need to just make sure that if you have like 20 students in your class, you just keep a double check record with the academics. So we will send you the updated one, so you can have a clear picture how many students are actually and how many participants who are just attending your sessions, your classes. Yes.
Miss Sabha Iqbal actually has a comment. She's saying we can manually add these students on Moodle from the updated list on Empower.
Okay, but if like Sir Rahil Shahzad will help them understand more about this, because I'm not the one who is looking on Moodle queries. So if instructors can manually add students on Moodle, then that's fine. They can have a meeting with the IT, so they won't. Although if they have like a session tomorrow on Moodle, so they can ask the questions to them, please.
It's the day after tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
obviously. Yeah.
And she's also saying student transcript can also be checked on Empower if Mr. Irfan can share their views on it for the new faculty.
Okay, I don't think so instructors can view the transcript, but obviously if like they can contact academic office, so we will like help them the possible way we can provide the details if they need it. I don't think so instructors can view or check the students. I think there is an option on Empower, but I haven't seen actually, so I have no idea about that.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
speak, please.
Yes, please, ma'am. Ms.
Yeah.
Sabha. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Please, let me just connect the headphones.
Ma'am,
Okay.
can you hear
So
me?
can you hear me?
Yes, please. Mm-hmm. So
So
what's your
I
question
was
is?
just,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you, Mr. Irfan, for such a
Yeah.
nice presentation. I just wanted to add a little comment on it, that we can actually, in the previous Empower sessions, the new faculty, they were also guided about how to check a student's transcript, because majority of the instructors, they are teaching like University 100 and they are advisors, so they always want to sometimes like see the student's transcript, that whether that student is is telling his or her grades accurately or not. So we can just check that. And if you can just allow me sharing my screen, so that can just help the new faculty, because some new faculty, they really want to know about checking the students transcript on Empower. So
Yeah,
I
please
think
go
we
ahead.
all know.
Ms. Anish, can you please help her?
I've made you the co-host. Please go ahead and share the screen.
Okay, so can you see my Empower page now?
Yes.
Empower homepage.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is the way. Okay. So we have to click the option that is student records. Then after selecting student records option, there is an option like faculty class list. And I can just select my, like this is spring 2022. So for example, I want to see any student of my any course, like it's CS201B. I have just taken a random list of my students. Okay, so that now list appears on the screen. So what you can do in order to check any student's transcript, you can just copy and paste that roll number. This is the roll number of Muhammad Abdul. I can just copy from here and then change. In the change option, I can just paste the roll number. And like now it has now been changed. By default, it was set to my name, that was Sabah Iqbal. And now after copying the roll number and when it was pasted to that ID, it is now changed to Muhammad Abdul, that student list. So when I click now student records option, now I can see the student schedule detail, or even you can check the grades also. That are the student schedule summary. It's not good. I had to click the name as well. I have to click the name as well, Muhammad Abdul. Now I have to press student schedule and detail. Now you can see over here all the previous semester course grades that had now been displayed for that particular student. So that would be helpful for the new faculty. They can verify that whether the student has cleared any prereq or not from that list or from the transcript. They can check and they can verify that the student has taken the previous course or not, the prerequisite has been cleared or not. So that would be helpful for new faculty.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Sabah. Actually, I'm having just a little bit access to it. And this is actually the faculty portal, so that would help a lot to those who actually want to know more about the students' information. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So then it means, do we need to manually add the student who wants whom I accepted more than 20? I mean, do we need to manually add by ourselves or from school? Again, please. Does it make sense?
Your concern is to academics or to Ms. Sabah?
To Ms. Sabah as well, academic as well. She actually, thank you for Sabah that's showing us how can we add the student. But I was wondering.
You are welcome. So do you have any question? I could not hear your question. So can you kindly repeat your question?
Okay. My question was this, that if there are some students whom I accepted to my class, more than 20, more than 20, but still I accepted, then because at this time, for this spring semester, the school didn't add them to my Empower.
Okay, I got your point. That there were some students, majority students were available in your Empower list, which is the most updated list, and few students, they were absent in your Moodle attendance list. Is this your point? Okay, yes, I got your point. Okay, so that can be, we can just modify our Moodle list as well. I think the session is on Wednesday by me on Moodle, but I can show you today as well if you have time.
Ms. Sabah, actually we do have time, but the thing is that this session is just for the Empower.
Okay.
So for any Moodle related queries, we'll have a session the day after tomorrow on it. Same time.
Okay, so
the day after
thank
tomorrow?
you for the question. Yes, on Wednesday.
On Thursday? On Wednesday. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for your question. I'll be definitely answering to this query on my Moodle session that is due on Wednesday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Is there any other question from the faculty regarding Empower? Dr. Atik, I see that you have unmuted yourself. Do you want to add
Yeah.
something?
Only one point regarding Moodle, because you already mentioned that this session is about Empower, so that is why I better not to mention that. But important thing, I guess, regarding Moodle, if there is any name is missing or for one or the other reason, better to report to academic office. They do it and IT department. And our Empower is Moodle is embedded into Empower, and they automatically updated the list on Moodle, automatically updated by the academic office, and they do it as a guest student or any guest observer. We can add some in Moodle, but I guess better not to do this. It would be better to report to academic office and IT. They if they do, it would be more official and more safe to do that. As observer, yes, we can do, and we can add some instructors or other from the from within our department and other. So that's the only point I would like to mention. Might you have got my point? I guess. Have you got it?
Gigi, basically you were just mentioning that the official route of adding the names is through the particular department.
Yes.
May I ask another question, please?
Sure.
Actually, I'm still confusing about the add and drop session. I mean, like for the before the semester, we need to do we need to accept the student or drop the student for the class, right?
Okay, Ms. Kemshu, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, is this your question related to academics?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay, fine. Okay, I understand. Okay, the thing is, you cannot change or add the students from your Empower for the previous semesters. Like say if you're, I guess like you were talking about 2021 FA, the one that is being just passed, right? And you cannot change the list by your own. You can request academics, so we will send you the updated one. As I've just explained, we will send you the updated list of the students who are actually officially registered in your classes. Yes, I hope that clears your question.
Yeah, yes, but the thing is, actually, I accepted 4 students, 4 more students for this session, I mean semester, but none of them came to my class, came up.
Okay.
As well as none of them are on the Empower as well.
Okay.
So I just ignore them. I just ignore it because I don't know how to deal with
okay.
it. So.
You have a class roster with you. I must say that you have had a roster with you, the complete list of students with you. So you can even check if they are officially registered. If they are not, then you can tell them that you just have to leave the class. That's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, actually, I have the students, the four students, but I just wondering about the 4 students I accepted.
Okay.
The seat as an additional accepting, but there was none of them came up, and nor on the Empower. So I was wondering.
Okay. If they're officially registered, let's say if they're officially registered in your course, then at the end when you're going to grade your class, you can simply give them an NS grade. You can mark them an NS grade, which is a no-show. This would never appear in your classes.
Okay.
Is that clear? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to launch the feedback polling, and I request all of you to please respond to it before you leave. Do we have any other question from the audience?
Not from me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the academic office for hosting this session, and to all the new faculty for joining it in their free time. I'm going to end this session now. Have a good day. And those of you who want to attend the Moodle session, it's on 6th of April, just the day after tomorrow, same timing, 1 to 2. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too.
Good day, everyone. God bless everyone. Bye.
Bye.